It's a familiar scene. You get that notification on your phone. Your package has arrived. You picture the sturdy brown box on your step. A birthday gift for a loved one, medicine you need, something you've been looking forward to all week. But when you get home, you open the door. You look down, nothing. The space where your package should be is empty. Your heart sinks. You've just become the latest victim. We call them porch pirates. What would you do? They operate in broad daylight. They follow delivery trucks, waiting for the perfect moment. They walk up to your home, sometimes disguised, sometimes bold and brazen. They snatch your property in seconds. It's a crime of opportunity. More deliveries equals sign more targets. It feels incredibly personal, right at your front door, where you should feel secure. Why do they do it? For some, quick cash, reselling online. For others, desperation. For the homeowner, the reason doesn't matter. Anger, frustration, helplessness. A line has been crossed. Your sanctuary has been targeted. What can you do? Is there a way to fight back? Yes. Ordinary people got pushed too far. They refused to be victims. They got clever. Technology, ingenuity, a little bit of theatrical flair. They used those things to turn the tables, not just revenge, empowerment. Our first story is about a man named Mark. He was an engineer, he was a builder, he liked to solve problems, and he had a big one. Packages were constantly disappearing from his porch. He filed police reports, he complained to the delivery companies. But the thefts continued. Mark felt frustrated. He knew the police had bigger crimes to worry about. So he decided to put his unique skills to the test. He wasn't just going to catch the thief, he wanted to create instant regret. A moment the whole world could see. Mark spent months designing his trap. This was no ordinary bait package. Inside the box, he placed 4 smartphones. They were set to record from every angle. He engineered a spinning motor that would fling a massive cloud of fine glitter. He also added a special surprise, potent fart spray. It was designed to go off multiple times, all of it hidden inside the packaging of a high-end smart speaker. The day came. Mark placed the box on his porch and waited. Home security cameras were rolling. A GPS tracker inside the box was active. It didn't take long. A man walked up, glanced around, and snatched the package. He hurried to his car and drove away, unaware he was being recorded, unaware he was about to go viral. The thief parked in a garage and opened the box. The trigger released. A glittery explosion erupted inside his car. The motor whirred, flinging shimmer everywhere, then the foul stench hit. The thief reacted with shock, confusion, and disgust. He threw the box out and fled. His car was a sparkling, stinking mess. Pure karma, all caught on camera. So, what can we learn from Mark's elaborate and hilarious revenge? The first lesson is about the power of ingenuity. Mark didn't resort to violence or aggression, he used his mind. Our next story takes us to a quiet suburban neighborhood, where a woman named Sarah was getting fed up. Like Mark, she was a frequent target of porch pirates. She was a mom with 2 young children and a very busy schedule. She didn't have time to build a complex gadget. She needed a solution that was simple. She needed a solution that was quick. She needed a solution that was effective. One day, while cleaning out her cat's litter box, an idea sparked. It was a messy idea. It was a smelly idea. She took an empty Amazon box. She filled it with a generous helping of used cat litter. She made sure to include some of the special treasures her cat had left behind. She carefully taped the box shut to look like an unopened delivery. She printed a fake shipping label to make it look authentic. She placed the box on her porch in plain sight. Her security camera was aimed at the front door, ready to capture the moment. Sarah watched the camera feed on her phone, waiting. In the middle of the afternoon, a car slowed in front of her house. A woman got out of the passenger side. She ran up to the porch and grabbed the box. The thief jumped back into the car and they sped away. About 20 minutes later, the same car returned. The passenger door flew open and the thief hurled the box onto Sarah's lawn. The used cat litter spilled out all over the thief as she threw it. She frantically brushed it off her clothes. She jumped back in the car and sped away, leaving a smelly mess behind. Sarah had a smirk on her face. Our final story comes from a coastal town. It features a retired fisherman named Frank. Frank lived alone and enjoyed the peace and quiet of his neighborhood. That peace was disturbed when a string of package thefts began to plague his street. Frank was a man of the sea. He was patient. He was methodical. He knew a thing or two about setting traps. He wasn't interested in glitter or smelly surprises. He wanted to physically stop the thief. He wanted to catch them, red-handed. His mind went to the tools of his trade: ropes, nets, knots. Frank devised a plan that was both simple and ingenious. He took a large, heavy-duty fishing net. He carefully laid it on his porch and hid it under a thin welcome mat. He attached a rope to the net. He threaded the rope through a series of pulleys on his porch ceiling and along the wall. The other end of the rope was tied to a heavy bait package in the center of the mat. The mechanism was like a classic cartoon trap. When the box was lifted, it would pull the rope, which would instantly hoist the net. He didn't have to wait long. A few days later, a teenager on a bicycle was spotted cruising slowly down the street. He was eyeing the houses. He saw the package on Frank's porch. He dropped his bike and scurried up the steps. He confidently bent down to grab the box. He likely thought he'd be gone in a flash. He had no idea he was about to become the catch of the day. Frank, watching from his living room window, held his breath. The moment the thief lifted the box, the trap sprang to life. The rope went taut. The pulleys creaked. The net shot up from under the mat. It wrapped around the teenager's legs and torso. It pulled him off balance. He stumbled backward, completely entangled in heavy mesh. He was trapped. He struggled and thrashed, but the more he fought, the more tangled he became. He was caught like a fish, right there on Frank's front porch. Frank calmly walked out his front door, phone in hand. He said, "Looks like you're in a bit of a bind. Don't worry, I've already called the police." These stories are entertaining, and they offer a satisfying sense of justice. But the best-case scenario is to prevent the theft from ever happening in the first place. So what are the practical steps you can take today to secure your deliveries? The first and most obvious line of defense is a visible security camera. A camera not only acts as a deterrent but also provides crucial evidence if a theft does occur. Make sure it's clearly visible. Sometimes the mere presence of a camera is enough to make a pirate move on to an easier target. Another excellent strategy is to control the time and place of your deliveries. If you know you won't be home, don't leave a package sitting on your porch for hours. Many delivery services now offer options to schedule your delivery for a time when you will be home. You can also have packages delivered to a secure location, such as your workplace, a post office box, an Amazon locker. These lockers are secure kiosks, often located in grocery stores or convenience marts, where you can pick up your package at your convenience using a special code. Consider investing in a porch lockbox. These are secure, heavy-duty containers that you can bolt to your porch. You provide the delivery driver with a one-time access code. They open the box, place your package inside, and lock it securely. This solution provides a physical barrier and completely removes the crime of opportunity. While it's an investment, it can pay for itself by preventing the loss of even one valuable package. It's a permanent solution to a persistent problem. Finally, never underestimate the power of community. Get to know your neighbors. Create a neighborhood watch group or a simple group chat. If you see a suspicious person or vehicle, you can alert your neighbors instantly. Neighbors can also look out for each other by picking up packages for one another if someone is out of town or running late from work. A community where people look out for each other is a much harder target for criminals. A watchful neighbor is one of the best security systems you can have, and it doesn't cost a thing. In the end, the battle against porch pirates is about more than just protecting our packages. It's about protecting our sense of security. It's about reclaiming our homes as places of safety and peace. The stories of Mark Sarah Frank show us that we are not helpless. They prove that with a little bit of creativity, courage, sometimes a sense of humor, we can fight back. They turned a frustrating situation into a story of empowerment, reminding would-be thieves that you never truly know what's waiting for you inside that box. These tales also reveal something important about human nature. When pushed, ordinary people are capable of extraordinary ingenuity. They become engineers of justice, directors of karmic comedies, patient trappers who know how to wait for their moment. They remind us that the human spirit is resilient. We are problem solvers. We don't just accept injustice, we find ways to confront it. The question we always ask is, what would you do? These homeowners answered that question with action, and their stories inspire us all. The ultimate lesson is that while individual cleverness is powerful, community strength is even greater. A neighborhood where people know each other, look out for one another, communicate openly, is the strongest deterrent of all. We can make our communities safer, one porch at a time.